Good morning. Oop, I forgot to switch my audio. Mic. There we go. Now you guys can hear me better. Hello. Hello to those of you on the replay, because nobody else joins this quickly. Good morning. Good afternoon and good evening, whatever time it is for you. Just looking for my letter. Gonna burn some Palo Santo. Good morning. I can see people are joining now. Hello. Hi, Attila. Hi, Christy. Good morning. How's it going? Hi, Daniela. Nice to see you, my love. Hi, Rhonda. Hi, Adriana. Hi, Annette. Hi, Keisha. How's it going? Getting some good juju out in the airwaves this morning. Smudging the Facebook. That's what we're doing. You're smudging the internet. How is everyone? How is your weekend going? How was your week? It's been a crazy week, huh, guys? Lots of emotions and crazy energies and confusion. But that week is over now. We're smudging all of the badness out. Bringing in all the good stuff. I've had a very interesting week, to say the least. I was told by two different sources that I jumped timelines this week, which is really interesting. It was funny. I was saying to one of my friends that I felt like we jumped a timeline. Like everything just seems kind of strange, And I was like, what is going on? Like, I swear we've jumped a timeline. And then I had a meeting with Rachel Chamness yesterday. And she's like, did you realize you jumped timelines? I was like, I knew it. I knew I jumped timelines. Yes. So that was a great validation from the universe there, because I was like, wow, what is going on? It's weird stuff. But, new timelines mean new big changes and shifts in consciousness. And I'm very excited to be on a new timeline, actually, because you never know what good things are going to be different from the old one. And timelines like to jump around a lot. They do. They can be considerably different from one another, even though you feel like the same person. You go into a new timeline and everything is different, and you're like, what is going on? It happens. It happens to us all the time. We're constantly shifting timelines. I don't know. I guess you guys must have jumped with me. I have no idea. Isn't that weird? But like I said, all these strange things started happening, and I'm like, why? What is going on? And sure enough, Rachel helped me make sense of it yesterday with the jumping timeline. And I knew it. I knew it happened too, because I literally said it to my friend Danielle. I said it to Danielle Hartshorn. I'm like, nope, we are definitely in a new timeline. There's something going on. And sure enough, I had that validation. And I was like, woo, okay. Rhonda says, my family thinks I'm nuts for talking about jumping timelines. They don't realize this happens all the time, you guys. According to Bashar is the one that really made this easier for me to understand. He said that time doesn't exist. And what gives us the illusion of time is jumping from dimension to dimension to dimension. And, it's one of those things where you don't even know when this is happening. It's the illusion of, I should say, it's the jumping of timelines that gives us the illusion of time passing. So we're always shifting timelines. It's just that some timelines are vastly different than others. And so when she said this yesterday to me, she's like, you really did jump timelines. And I was like, oh my God, I knew it. Like, it's amazing how much our intuition is really picking up. And that was such an explosive thing for me, because I was like, oh my God, validation. I need all the validation. I have so much doubt that I'm working on, that the validation really, really helps. And I think that's, I must admit, that's the best part of having this job is being able to connect to spirit, knowing so many mediums. Because, it's funny, even though it's been a difficult week, I've had mediums reaching out to me and be like, I don't know why spirit wants me to tell you this, but blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh my God, it's happened 6 times this week, you guys. I'm not even kidding. When I tell you it's been a hard week, I'm not joking. So I've had 6 mediums reach out to me and be like, I have a message from spirit for you. Which, I mean, I must admit, that is the best perk of this job, hands down. Is like, oh, by the way, spirit knows some shit and needs to tell you. So Spirit team, thank you. Thank you so much. I just want to say that right now because they are so supportive and giving me the validation. Validation gives me strength. You know what I mean? Like, you could be stumbling through adversity and going through a hard time, and then all of a sudden you get a validation from the universe that it's all going to be worthwhile, and you're like, yeah, I got this. And it gives you that oomph, you know what I mean, to get shit done. And that's where I'm at right now. I'm like, yeah, universe, thank you for all the validation. So, but it has been a crazy week. In fact, I'm going to check the solar flares actually now that I'm thinking about it. Oh, good morning. Hello, Claire and Janet and Heather and Bree. Nice to see you guys. Catherine. Forgot to say hello because I keep wanting to say hello to you guys, but I haven't been able to with all my guests this week. Hi, Jan. Good morning. Hi, Matt. Nice to see you, bud. How is everyone? I'm going to look at the flares. Let's see. What's the Schumann doing? Schumann's been quiet since that blast we had 2 days ago. It's been a little crazy 2 days ago, but now it seems to be quiet. Let's check the flares. Hi, Cindy. There's David. I was looking for you. I was hoping David would be on this morning because look what I have, David. David sent me a present, you guys. He sent me my favorite thing, one of my absolute favorite presents that you could possibly get. Thank you, David. Look what David got me. Meteorites. David gave me meteorites. Love you, David. Thank you. Look at it. I had it ready and waiting for you, David. I was hoping you would be on this morning. Look at those cool meteorites he gave me, you guys. Look at that. I got all the protections now. Look at that one. Looks like dino poop. What is that one called? Coprolite, I think it was called. That one. You sure that's not what that one is? Thank you, David. I love them. I really genuinely do. I'm actually going to put at least one of them into some organite, actually, so I can have it next to my bed for extra protections. Thank you, really, David. That was such a sweet gift. I'm so grateful. Thank you so much. Really cool of you. I love meteorites, you guys. They're so unique. They're little chunks of other planets. Although I used to think that actually. I have to correct myself because according to Bashar, some of the meteorites are actually from Earth. Because when the Tiamat War happened and all of that debris was flying here, some of that debris hit Earth so hard that it sent pieces of Earth into the upper atmosphere as well. And it was flying around for a while before it came back down. So you never know where it's from. It might be from Earth. It might be from other planets. You just never know. So I love them. David says he places them in the corners of his room. Genius idea. Yes. Make a meteorite grid for protection. Very cool. Love it. I like this one especially because look at all the cool inclusions on it. Look at that. Isn't that neat? I just love meteorites. It's sad, though, that they rust away to nothing after a while. Because many of them are iron content and stuff. I'm drinking carrot juice today, you guys. I'm trying to be healthy. Trying to cut back the sugar. Good morning, Cody. Good morning, Jill. Hi, Cleo. Hi, Cynthia. Hi, Suzanne. Nice to see you. So let's check the solar flares. Oh, yeah, we've had some activity the last few days, that's for sure. It's been kind of crazy. I'll wait just another minute, and then I will share with you guys. I have another screen here ready to go with my Siddhartha chat. Some of my Siddhartha chat, I have to jump around a little bit because I was talking to him about some of the cases that I've been working on. This is how ridiculous I am, you guys. I get a private meeting from Siddhartha as offered, and here I am talking about other people, trying to help other people. But I genuinely, I brought up Jono, and I had him work on Jono, and I have this other case of a little boy that's been really upsetting me because this little boy is very loosely in his body, and anything can kind of step in, and when it does, he was really having a hard time, and so that's why I used some of my time to talk about them and their situation, and I really wanted to just get some information and some insight. And he gave me some wonderful insight, but I don't want you guys to hear the name, so I have to be careful about where I'm jumping around. So yeah, he gave me some advice that I'm going to share with the rest of you because it's going to be helpful. Jono is doing well. I actually had a little message from him this morning. Jono's amazing. He's so sweet. I told him I was having a hard week, and he messaged me with this whole big, long, sweet message, and some of it was from Spirit, from White Hawk, and it's just, like I said, I'm so blessed, you guys. So many beautiful messages from Spirit, keeping me strong during hard times. I just love it. Oh, I feel so blessed. So anyway, we got 100 people. Perfect. Here we go. Let me see how I figure this out. Present. There we go. Share screen. Divinate meeting room. Oh, I think I'm doing it. Okay, hold on. Cancel. Wait, I'm doing something different here. Hold on. There we go. New layout. Present. Share screen. Don't mind me. I'm just not very tech savvy. Share. There's the meeting room. Okay. All right. Yes, and you guys can see it. I want to make it bigger though. How do I? Yes. There we go. Haha. I'm catching on. Awesome. Okay. Oh, by the way, speaking of Jono, he only needs $2 more grand for his surgery, by the way. So if you guys have any moolah that you can donate to Jono, we'd be so grateful. The post is up in the group, my Spirit Release Therapy group. And there you are, Daniela. You're reading my mind. Thank you so much, Daniela. There it is. Daniela's got the GoFundMe for Jono. You're reading my mind, Daniela. I love it when you do that. Thank you, honey. I was literally looking for the link. You're so helpful. We're only $2 grand off, you guys. $2 grand. And that's it. Isn't that amazing? Oh, I'm so happy for Jono. I just love him to bits. All right, so here we go. I have some clips. Like I said, I do have to jump around for confidentiality's sake, but I spent an hour going through the timestamps last night. Here we go. All right.
So nothing is allowed to touch you. We will not abide by that.
Thank you.
And what you do is say, "You're not welcome, get out." And then yell for Chinese doctor or Archangel.
Oh, shoot. I forgot to give you guys context. So I was telling Siddhartha about the beastie that's been harassing Andy and I, the one that won't let me say organite. Yes, organite. That one. So I asked about it, and apparently this is what she's talking about, okay? So when she says, we're not going to let anything touch you, and when I tell you to say, we're not welcome, get out, that's what she's talking about, was that beastie.
And what you do is say, "You're not welcome, get out." And then yell for Chinese doctor or Archangel Michael. Michael doesn't tolerate that. And his job in the entire universe is to get rid of what's dark. That's his job.
What dark, yeah. What's dark, she said.
And he will do it. You just have to say, "Michael, get here quick," and he'll do it in about a second. If you're walking through a parking deck, for example, and you feel frightened for some reason, "Michael, come walk with me to my parking space." He'll do it. You might hear his wings. It sounds like, "Phew, he did," but you'll feel him. You'll feel him, and it will seem like the place is brighter because the light comes with him. You understand?
Yes.
So don't you fear anything, because fear is a useless thing, and the reason to feel no fear is the best way to battle evil, because they eat it. They want you to be afraid. It's why they throw a book across the room. They want you to be fearful. Don't.
Okay. 5520, I got another one. Like I said, I got to jump around a little bit here because there is some personal stuff going on. 5520. There we go. Is it working?
With your abilities and gifts that you have, it's not going to help your psychic abilities get stronger.
I'm jumping around too much here. Hold on. Zoom is not cooperating. 5520. Come on. Yeah, they were talking. That one was a little bit personal. Where is it? Yeah, they're talking about Aiden being gifted. Yes.
He's very gifted. You understand what we're telling you.
Oh, here we go.
Okay.
Okay.
We tell
Yeah.
you are the whole package. You can hear with your third ear. You can see with your third eye. You can feel, which is called clairsentient. And claircognizance, you just know things. Yes. Sometimes you smell and you think you're crazy and you're not really smelling.
Yes, it's true.
We know that. We know it. We are knowing this. And sometimes when you smell roses, that is Blessed Mother. When you smell flowers that are not roses, those are one of the saints that are. Saint Germain likes you very much, by the way.
Really?
Yes. What do you think of that?
I'm very surprised. Of all the things I've said about religion, I'm surprised that there are. I know, but I know
Yeah,
he's not part of the religion. I realize that it's different.
understand it. Saints are known for Catholics, right? But the truth is, they are high frequency.
The words are a bit messed up here. She said saints are known for Catholics, not things, but the auto translate's not getting it very well. So
beings. All of them. All of the angels, high frequency beings. Lord Shiva, Ganesha, Vrindara, all of the hundreds of Buddhist and Hindu deities, high level beings, you see? They don't care what religion you are. If you need help, call them. If you need to be nurtured as an adult, call Blessed Mother. She's everyone's mother. Or Kuan Yin, she's everyone's mother. Or even Archangel Ariel, because she's very sweet. And she's very good. We think your son sees her sometimes, by the way.
I was wondering, he says he's been seeing things, and I was wondering if he's just playing along with me or if he's actually seeing things.
He's seeing them very clear. He doesn't want to
Wow.
tell you because he's afraid to. He's afraid you won't believe him. He's afraid. Ask him questions. Don't judge. Just ask. What do you
Yeah.
see? You happen to see a very large white angel with blonde hair standing in your room? A girl? Do you see her? He does.
Wow.
We think
Wow.
also sometimes he sees Michael because Michael likes him. He may even see us, to be honest.
Wow.
But he is very gifted. We are telling you, work faster on yourself to get clear of everything that you don't need and be as clean and pure as you can. Because in that mode, you'll become everything you're supposed to. Do you understand?
Yes. Heavy stuff there. It's my little blessed baby. Hang on, let's see. 109. Here we go.
Let's open it a little bit for you. Now, you can always talk to your third eye and say, open. I want to see.
Open.
And
I
sometimes
have
it will
been
just,
saying that.
yes, just practice because the chakras don't stay open all the time. They protect you. If they think you're in danger, they shut like that. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't mean they have to stay shut. When you feel safe and there's nothing to bother you, and it can be human, it doesn't have to be inhuman. It will open and it will feel good because it might feel like a pressure, like someone touching right there, except from the inside, not from the outside. And people say, oh, it's a pituitary gland. No, it's not. It's a separate thing. It's an energetic key, or in this case, keyhole, that is yours, that holds your soul in the place. You see?
Yes.
It makes perfect sense, does it not?
Yeah, it does.
Sometimes we get babies and the babies, the parents are so worried. There's nothing wrong with this child, but it's in the hospital and nobody can figure out why it won't stop, having fever or not getting well, or it keeps having these moments for the heart stuff. Well, because the baby wants to go back. That's why. Baby wants to go back. But if you talk to baby, look, you're supposed to be here, your life is here, and someone puts the baby back in its body and clicks it into the chakra, baby will be fine. And we've had that a lot of times. And the parents can't understand, how did you fix that? Well, because baby just wanted to go back to where it came from and therefore was not latched into the body. Once usually babies are in body, they're in the body. They're not like floating around somewhere because they have to get used to being physical. You see what I mean?
Yes.
We're teaching you. Do you know that?
I want to learn everything I can. So I'm very grateful.
That is partly why we came to talk to you. We want to teach you as much as we can because you are going to be a force in the world with your words. You
I
understand?
want to make sure that I'm giving out right information. I care very much. When I found out about my astral projection class being incorrect about some things, about me and about astral projection not being 100% protected. I actually was told in the beginning that you are safe while you're astral projecting because you're not in your body. So that was extremely upsetting thing for me to have to relearn. You know what I mean? It really made me upset with myself.
Well, know that you are still young and you are still learning. You are. And you just need to slow down a tiny bit. And first of all, don't believe everything people say or that you read, because a lot of it is made up, let's see, by human beings. And you know how often human beings are right? Not very.
Yeah.
So you have to be discerning. If it feels not good, tell your radar, your physical radar, if something is not right, tell me. I need to know that. And you will feel it. You will feel it in your body, in your stomach, you'll just not feel good. Because we think that is your physical radar. You just don't feel good, and you're saying, where in the world did that come from?
Yeah.
That's your radar saying, hello, that is not true what you just heard.
That whole butterflies in the stomach feeling that I get every once in a while, that was what she's talking about. Just say he, sorry.
Is all of it true? Maybe some is, maybe some isn't. But many people make things up. And it's not always accurate. Just keep that in mind. This is especially true of darkness. They're petrified. They're terrified of it. Don't be. It has no power over you. And if you call us, any of us, well, especially Lord Chief was very funny. He said, especially me. Yes, of course, especially you. It's probably very accurate. So if you call especially him, he will absolutely make the rats run back into the darkness. Because he's good like that. I don't like Chinese doctor very well, or Michael either, just so you know that. When Michael is on a warpath, he will really get rid of something in a hurry. And he likes to fight, that's what he does. That's his job. Not that he isn't a very good matchmaker. He's good at that too. Oh, he doesn't like us to mention that, but it is true.
I don't know if I see love in my life ever again. I care more about work than anything else. And unless I find a man that is in the same alignment of work, it's not going to work. So
that is true. You're 100% right. But you can look at Daniela and Chris. They match. They work as a team. They're on the same page. They have a loving home and relationship. You could do that if you want.
I have very bad taste, apparently. So.
Well, that's why we're telling you about Michael, because Michael is funny. If he doesn't like a person that you might be dating, they will disappear. We're not kidding. They will be gone, and people say, he was here. I don't know what happened to him. He never showed up. I can't find him. He's not in his apartment.
That makes me love
Well,
Michael even more now.
because Michael is like, he's not good news. Out. He's good like that. So, you can ask him to hunt for a mate if you want one. But we don't think it's time yet because you're learning.
No, it's I've
and
got a
you're
lot
learning,
of boys are a distraction, as they say.
and you're learning at a very high rate of speed. Just make sure what you learn is right, is correct. Okay?
Mm.
And it takes time to do this because people tell you a lot of ridiculous things.
They do.
When we see darkness, we don't care if it's a reptile or a whatever. We don't care. It's still dark. You see? And when it comes down to the bottom line, you want to get rid of what is not very pleasant. Right?
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter what it is. It just matters that it's gone. And none of them, a lot of times they're just demons pretending to be something. But a lot of them think that they can break the rules. They cannot. And what you say to them is, you know what the rules are, get out right now. And they have to. Because when you call them on the rules, they know that they have to. Because there are bigger energetic things than them. Do you understand?
Yeah.
We will tell you a strange story and a strange secret. Do you want to know what it is?
Would love it.
You're thinking it over, aren't you?
I'm wondering already. I'm curious. My curiosity is already going.
That's so funny to ask. But when Bessel could not clear a certain person, she had a thought, which was an interesting thought. She wondered, and she knew a shaman that was her publisher at that time, and she called him up and she said, what happens if I invite death to come eat these demons? What do I have to give up to do that? He said, nothing. He said, the demons like, the death likes to eat demons. And demons don't like death at all. Now, death is an archetypal figure, right? But it is a real figure because it has, with the energies of people, become a real thing. That happens.
I just got to pause it there. We were literally talking about death. I can't remember where we were talking about it, whether or not it was in one of the podcasts or one of the group chats or what it was, but we were quite literally just talking about death because I remember talking about that show, American Gods. Have you guys seen American Gods? Death came to this old lady, like as an actual man, rocked up at her door as death. And it was just, I mean, we were literally talking about it just yesterday, and I forgot.
And so the shaman told our vessel, look, just say, if you come help me, what you get in return is to eat all of the demons you want. Can you imagine such a thing? So, vessel found death, called death, and she said very politely, look, I need your help. I will give you all the demons you want to eat if you will help me get rid of them off of this person. And she said, but when we are done, you have to leave. That's it. And he agreed. And he's very honorable, as weird as that sounds. And so he came, and he had a very good lunch that day because he had all the demons he wanted and some extra ones too. And then he left, and the person was cleared. Now, why are we telling you this? Because you're going to run into situations where it is impossible to get rid of the creatures that are attacking your patient, your student, whatever you want to call them, client. But death is a very honorable being. You cannot fool with him. You have to give what you promise. You have to be honest. You have to tell him these are the boundaries, and he will abide by that. So when you run into a person that you cannot clear, talk to death or ask for us to help you. We can get him to do what we want. Did that give you a shiver?
Yeah. I've been asking for help. I'm very honored that you would be able to do that for me. So thank you. Because there are people, like I said, that are desperate to be free from the. I'm talking for context. There, I'm talking about the 20%ers, the most famously the kids that we keep clearing over and over and over and over again because the fucking ETs or whatever demons or whatever it is keep coming back, or more of them keep coming back. I should say different ones come back. I don't know. It's just weird how there are certain clients that you can clear them all day long and they're still going to keep getting attachments, and it's been a very frustrating thing for some of us. So that's the context that he is talking about. This pain and suffering, and when I offer them help and it doesn't work, it makes me feel like I'm letting them down.
No, it's not your fault. And Vessel always tells people, I cannot guarantee we can help you. And she has a whole list of protocols. That what happened. Yes, we can do that. Ask her for the protocols. We'll give them to you. But she does it in a way not like an exorcism, not like a clearing, not like any of it. And it takes time to do them. But when you're done, they mostly work. Okay? And she starts by having and we think, well, we will talk to Daniela and Chris about this too. Because she's been thinking about this, our vessel. If you could create a package that you ship to a person and that they have to pay for.
Ooh, clearing packages. That's a great idea. We'll have to talk about that, Daniela. Just packages of things that we could send to people to help them clear their house. That's a great idea.
You could do that, or you could do what Vessel does. She doesn't have time for that. So she says, go to
This is important, guys. I hope you're listening, okay? She's talking about
Amazon, order white candles in black. They can't be tapered. They can't be votive. They have to be like this round and that too.
Okay, so just to be clear, this is something that I keep saying he is recommending, is to get 2 black candles, okay? So tall ones, like the big pillar candles, not the votive ones, not the tapered ones that you use for like dinner candles and candlesticks and stuff. The big thick ones, okay? That's what he's talking about.
And one has to be black and one has to be white. If you want to buy more than one, that's okay. But one of each. Now what she does is she has them anoint the candle.
So you bless the candle, okay?
And then she has them put the candles in the center of the house, apartment, or whatever, okay? Because that's going to go out like ripple in pond, right? And she has them on the black one first. You know what the black one does? It sucks all the negativity out of the house.
Wow.
It takes it. Yes. And then she tells them, snuff candle out, don't blow, snuff. Then when the smoke goes up, say prayer. That's a Native American thing she's borrowed. And then take the white one and burn it as long as you want. Because the white one, unlike the black one, puts light back into the whole house. And every time you do that, and you do it several.
Just to be clear, yes, Rhonda, that's correct. So 2 tall pillar candles, thick ones, 1 black, 1 white. Correct. Yep, you're on it.
Times a day, whatever feels good.
So, and then you go to it and do it several times a day.
When you do that, what happens is,
so you burn the black candle, okay, first, and you leave it burning for as long as your intuition tells you to keep it burning, because that black candle is going to be absorbing all the negative energy of that space.
The energy in the house gets higher and higher.
Oh, yeah. So then what he's explaining is that after you extinguish the black candle, don't blow out the black candle, snuff the black candle, okay? I'm sure there's a difference in there metaphysically anyway. So then they explain you light the white candle to raise the vibration of the space and to bring in new good energy.
Higher and higher. And that which is in the dark does not like that. It gets very annoyed by it. So then the activity sort of picks up, but that's okay. Because the next step in is the person takes coffee bath. 3 days on, 4 days.
Siddhartha really loves to recommend these coffee baths. I haven't had one yet, but let me tell you, I'm going to have one today.
off or 2 days off.
Just for the record, in case you guys missed the previous conversation, Siddhartha was talking about how just dumping a pot of cold coffee or hot coffee or whatever, depending on the bath, into the bath with you will help to absorb negative energy too. So it works just like sea salt. And it works in conjunction with sea salt. So it boosts that, you know what I mean? The absorbing of negative and removing of negative energy from you.
On, to alter it so the creature doesn't know what day they're going to do that.
Did you hear that? So you do it 3 days on, 4 days off, or 2 days on. You have to alter the lighting of the candles so that the creature doesn't know what days you're going to do it. So it's kind of like a surprise on the days that you know. And this makes me think even more about, because some of how big predators kind of move around. I don't know why. This is just from the claircognizance, basically. Is that they move around, you know what I mean? So that one day you'll be feeling really good. Well, maybe he's off feeding on somebody else. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure that they have, and I just remember, I've had no validation of this whatsoever. This is just a thought, but I'm under the impression that they can move around from kind of like prey, you know what I mean? Different people that they tap into. And if one person is doing really well that day, they're like, fine, I'll just go feed off of Bob instead. You know what I mean? Like, oh, Beth is doing her clearings today. Okay, I guess I can't go eat Beth, so I'll go eat Jill instead. That kind of thing. So that's why I feel like, if you can kind of keep them on their toes, and you never know what day they're going to pop in to kind of test your fence, you know what I mean? To kind of just keep it, spontaneous.
And what that does is help protect and keep the field clean. You see?
Very helpful. Thank you.
And then by the time you get past all of that, we go in, all of us go in, and we clear the house complete. And whatever is left there.
And yes, Nils, I'll make sure I break this down on a post. I have all this written down. I was going to make the post today, but I wanted to show you guys this first. So.
Has to go. Has to.
Yeah, I'm going to repeat
and
that
then,
again.
By the time you get past all of that, we go in, all of us go in, and we clear the house complete. And whatever is left there has to go.
Do you hear that? Okay, so when you're doing the black and white candle trick, call in your spirit team. Straight up call them, be like, spirit team! Just call them in. Because, this morning, one of my friends in class had an attachment. And I was on the phone with Claire, and Claire was like, have you checked on this person? And I was like, oh, well, not today. I just woke up. But, she's like, I think she's got something. So sure enough, I tuned in, and yes, there was a beastie, a level 1, and an earthbound. And I was right. I guessed right, apparently. And so I called in the spirit team. I quite literally just said, spirit team, I need your help. I need you right now. Stat, come here. Go check out blah, 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 please. She's got something. Go get her right now. She's got a blah, 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 and a blah, blah, blah. Go get rid of it. And Claire, before I even went to type to Claire to be like, okay, I just said all that, she's like, it's gone. You did it. I was like, yeah. So I'm doing clearings on myself now. I just wanted to say how happy I am about that. Oh, it makes me feel so good. So yeah, my clearing, just me going, hey, it actually worked. They came and did the clearing for me. So when you're doing the black and white candle thing, call in your spirit team. Call in, if you don't know their name, call in Chen. Call in Lord Shiva. Call in Siddhartha. Call them in. They're here to assist us for a reason. You are a part of this community, and it's very important that you understand that you are important enough to call them anytime you want. It doesn't matter if you know what I mean? If you are a little uncomfortable about calling in Lord Shiva, call in Jesus. Like, it doesn't matter. Whoever your person is, you know what I mean? Your divine being that you love the most, call them in and ask them for help, and they will come and help you. This is something that Siddhartha has really made very, very clear in this conversation. And I think I'm getting close. Okay. Yes, I do have to move there because I mentioned a client's name in a second. 121, 1 second. Gotta jump. 121. There we go.
They won't like it. But if you follow the protocols we just gave you, which are our vessel's protocols, that will help to raise the energy to a point where it really annoys the creature there. They cannot live in a higher,
So yeah, I was talking about this one case where this little boy is still being harassed by these demons and it's pissing me off, quite frankly. I'm like, back off this little boy. He's ours. You're not taking him anywhere. You know what I mean? So that's why I was asking about him. I genuinely do care about everybody that I've been helping. So when I can't help just even one person, I get so frustrated. I get really mad, quite frankly, at something I'm working on. I'm like, no, you don't have any right. Get out of here. So that's why I keep bringing this up, because I'm not taking any shit from these demons, let me tell you.
And a black one too.
But
their vibration is here. Our vibration is here. If you can get the house to feel like us and not like them, you know what happens? They can't live there. They need to put salt, Himalayan pink salt, not Epsom salt. That is a very weak salt. It's not of earth.
You hear that, guys? Epsom salt is a very weak weak salt. It has been restructured.
Restructured by human beings. You don't want that. You want either sea salt or pink Himalayan or black salt. Okay. But any of those salts, pink is very easy to get now in your grocery store. And you put it across, clear the house with some Palo Santo, put that across the door, and start having this child take a coffee bath. You know how to do that?
Yes, I remember. Yes, I'll remember that.
Do that. And, the bath is better than a shower, though some human beings only have showers for some reason. You can do this. You can, but make your vibration higher too. And if you come down to you need death to help you, let us negotiate for you. Okay?
I will do my best on my own first. I have some homework to do.
Well, start with the protocols. Let the candles come, let them burn for a week or so, then move up, Also, there's a thing that can make a sort of a spray. Get just a plastic bottle that has not been used. Blue is a better color than some others, but if they can't find anything else, it's fine. And to put very pure water in it. Then a few drops of rose oil, because rose oil is the highest vibrational oil that there is. Okay? And then a little bit of the salt, same salt, rosemary, pink Himalayan.
I love the transcript. It says, Mary Pink, I'm a lion. What? That's so funny. So yes, she's talking about basically, keep saying she. He keeps basically explaining about how you're trying to raise the vibration of the space. And some people can't handle smoke, like from Palo Santo and stuff. So if you are one of those people who can't handle smoke, you take a spray bottle. Where's my spray bottle? There's a little stinker. I always got it somewhere. Where are you? Ah, here it is. So we take a spray bottle. They actually recommended a blue spray bottle. And you fill it up with pure, clean water. And then you put rose oil and pink Himalayan salt, because rose oil is apparently one of the highest vibrational things that you can put, as well as the salt, which is protective and cleansing. Okay, so if you just put that in a spray bottle and mist yourself and your space, you're good.
And it honors Blessed Mother, who has a very interesting vibration. It's all of love. It's all of love. She became a mother when she was 16, and she's everybody's mother.
The Blessed Mother. Aw.
So that's the roses represent her. And if they take that, they shake it up and they spray it around different places. That can also help. If they can't do smoke, sometimes an essence is better.
Let's see. I have 2 more clips for you guys. 131. There's some personal stuff in here, you guys. I would love to share it with you, but I can't at the moment. There we go. Yeah, it came at a perfect time. Thank you.
We want you to know, this is why we want to talk to you. You are not ordinary. You've never been that way. You will never be that way. And there have been times in your life when you wanted to ignore many things, what you saw, what you experienced. You just didn't want to be there in that.
He's talking about my gifts and how I got so freaked out as a kid seeing ghosts that I turned it off. I remember being in my bed going, I don't want to see, I don't want to see, I don't want to see, I don't want to see. And I quite literally turned it off. I turned off my own gift that way. But like I said, I was so scared back then, and I didn't have anybody guiding me, and I brought horrible things into my house with that Ouija board. So yeah, that's what he's referring to.
But to experience those things gives you a realm, we'll call it a realm, that allows you to feel the pain of other people. And you don't have to keep the pain. You can know where it is. You can pull it out. You can send it to Mother Gaia. She'll take it for you. You can give it to Chinese doctor. He'll take it for you. Do you understand?
Yes.
What you've suffered on the path of the saint, and you have walked that path all your life. Do you know any saints that had a good life? There are none. There are no saints with good life. They all suffered so that they could understand other human beings' pain. And that's why when you ask them to help you, they will do it. Because they know what you're talking about. So just know you have resources you haven't even touched yet. But you will. And when you get there, and nothing, know this, nothing is impossible. Nothing. But you're not responsible for what other people accept or don't. That's not your problem. You just need to make sure that what you accept is true. Not a belief. Truth. There is difference. We talk about this all the time between truth and belief. Anyone can believe anything at all. Doesn't make it true, does it? The truth may be far from what they believe. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
We're giving you a very high bar, as it were. But you can do it. We know you can. And we will help you.
Okay, so one more clip. It is this is actually involving you guys, so that's why I wanted to make sure I got it here. Hang on. 143. I think I'm going a little too far. Where is it? 1 second. Where am I going here? 143. Why isn't it jumping around? So sorry. Give me 1 second.
No drama.
I'll ask you during the podcast so I can share it with everyone because they want to know more about you. You know, with so many people that have put words in your mouth, as I'm sure you are well aware. We would like to hear, you know, on the next podcast, people want to know more about you, as you know, rather than the religious version of you.
Well, our real life is quite different, as you can imagine. Some of the story is true, but not all of it. And we are happy to explain it so people get it. And remember, people didn't write things down then because people couldn't read and write. They just didn't do that. And India had a caste system, of course. That was terrible. There were people called untouchables. A lot of those people came with me when they found me. They did do that, and they were never that for me. You understand? They were sweet and gentle and kind and loving people who got a bad rap just because they were born in the wrong place and the wrong people. That's it. And that
They
hurt
didn't
very
choose
much
to be
to
born
see.
there, yeah? So that was part of their lesson?
Well, you can say that, yes, but the truth is, sometimes people volunteer for things when they're on the other side that they don't really get. They don't understand what it is. Because imagine from absolute bliss or some kind of peace into a family where you're discarded as a piece of, you can use your own. Yes. Imagine it, to be this love soul and not. And so that's pretty hard on human beings when they're in a body. That is hard. And sometimes they volunteer for things they just don't understand what they're volunteering for. But
did we meet in between? Can I ask that? Did I know you before I took this body?
Of course you did.
I thought so.
We feel familiar, do we not?
Yes.
You were a little girl, and we found you. There's so many orphans there, Even today, it's true. There's so many orphans. And we found you. And I could not send you back to wherever you were supposed to be. I couldn't do it. You were abused, and we didn't like it. And so we took you in. I had a little community. We'll tell you more about this on the podcast, but very many of the people on your podcast you also knew because they lived with us.
Wow.
Yes. Yes. And you learned many things with us, and you were very enthusiastic then too. Imagine it. And brave, we'll say. Isn't that interesting?
Beautiful, thank you. So, making me cry again. So, hi, I'm back. Isn't that powerful, you guys? Like, so if you felt anything watching that last bit, we probably knew each other when we were followers of Siddhartha. Isn't that beautiful? Because, wow, so many of us, we've been talking for months about why we feel like we know each other, and why this group is just like this, and yeah, what a powerful validation, guys, right? And it makes me cry. Yeah, I believe it's the truth. I can feel it deep down within. And I can see myself as this scrappy little orphan. I can totally see myself, And it's just wow. We've had a very complicated past on this planet. And I'm just reading your comment, Laura. Buddhism was the closest religion I resonated with. The second I learned about reincarnation, I knew it had to be true. I'm thinking of Daniela Hess right now, and how Daniela was telling me the other day about how she was a little girl walking around with the book Siddhartha with her. And it's just, it makes me so thankful that we don't even understand who is on our spirit team. We don't even know how much backup we actually have, how much love there is for us waiting on the other side that is there for us anytime we just need to call on it. And I feel like this has given me so much more inner strength. Daniela says I used to sleep with it under my pillow and in my bag at 8. So, it's just one of those things where I feel many of us are having a reunion, Other scrappy little orphans unite. Yeah, exactly. So, can you please enlighten us as to the Siddhartha Buddha link? Siddhartha is the Buddha. It's just that, you know how, for example, Jesus, that wasn't his real name. His real name was not Jesus. His real name was Yeshua. And Yeshua's life was quite different to what they put in the Bible. The same thing for Siddhartha. So Siddhartha was the original inspiration for Buddha. There obviously, you know, this was 800 years before Yeshua was born, just for the record. So Siddhartha was around almost 1,000 years before Yeshua was starting to preach and teach and to do his vocation, is the best word that I can put it. So Siddhartha is an ascended master, and you know, I can feel that they don't even like being called that, because we are all equals in their eyes. Like, they may know more than we do, but that's really only because they've had more experience in certain areas that we have not. And I really do, and I'm just to relish what Annette just said. We are all together in that time, I'm sure. We have been all together many times throughout history. And so I feel like this is only one of the many times that we have connected, you know. It's like we're a soul group, we're a soul family. And when that happens, you know, we kind of stick together. And there was some other deeply personal stuff that I didn't include, because one, it was already long enough, that clip anyway. But there was apparently some stuff relating to the Salem witch trials and all kinds of ancestral trauma that Siddhartha also helped me clear. And there's a lot that we carry around with us that we don't even realize. And I'm going to share the most deeply personal thing that Siddhartha shared with me during the talk. Because, you know, I tell you guys everything that I possibly can. I love you guys, and I know that you are also learning through me, and so this was a really hard thing for me to understand. And that's why he was talking about Aiden there, my son, was because I had a miscarriage at age 17 that I didn't even know about. I still remember being like wondering if that's what it was, but I wasn't sure because it was so early on. And Siddhartha validated that for me. And he actually told me that Aiden is the same soul that I lost at age 17, that he was waiting all that time for the best opportunity that he possibly could to come through. And the fact that he chose my 30th birthday, which was also Mother's Day. My kid has amazing timing, apparently. So, but that wasn't the only reason I'm mentioning it, was because I was holding on to that trauma. I didn't even know it happened, but my subconscious knew, and my my body knew. And because those two things knew, it didn't matter if my ego knew. Because I was still holding on to it anyway. And so all of that pain that I was experienced in my teens, you know, was being compiled back then. And I'm really I'm really surprised I made it through that really difficult time in my life, because it was bad. I was 17 dating a 27-year-old narcissist. I made some very crazy choices back in my youth, just due to pain and anguish and anger. And I put myself into some very precarious situations. But as he said, you know, like, there are many people who walk the path of saints. And I definitely am not calling myself one of those, just for the record, but I'm saying that there are many of us who have to experience all that pain and anguish and you know what I mean? It was, oh, I see the word spammer popping up. Oh, you will. Wondering if you have pulled a card for me before. Please and thank. Did he say it again? I don't see the one. Hold on. I don't see the other spammer. Making me get distracted, you little stinker. I'm watching. So yeah, there's a lot that we don't even realize that I'm just stretching. My shoulders are feeling a bit off today. There's a lot that we don't even realize that we go through, that we internalize. And it's amazing how much we can actually require healing for something that we didn't even know bothered us. And that's kind of what I'm going through right now, trying to just kind of revamp thing. This year has been crazy, you guys. I don't know about you guys, but it's only the 13th, and it feels like we've had 2 months in 2 weeks. Just the amount of stuff that's happened. And you have to heal through something to create that energetic path for others to connect, to heal themselves. Beautifully said, Heather. And I'm just so glad that, we could do this together, because walking a healing path on your own is so painful. It's so hard. And that's one of the reasons why this community is so important, just for helping each other, being supportive. And I've been reading the comments that you guys have been leaving in some of the groups that we run and in underneath posts and stuff. And I just want to say that you are all doing the same thing that I'm doing. You're all being supportive and loving and helping other people learn. And you've been so wonderful, every single one of you. So just know that we are all in this together. We really are. We are not alone. None of us are alone. We have our spirit teams with us. We have our community with us. And there are so many of us that have big, big things in the works. And we can't do those big things on our own. One of the most important lessons that Siddhartha had for me was to ask for help and to basically just be a part of what is being built on this planet, because we've been dealt some really shitty cards the last few millennia. And it is a time that we can, change things in any way that we want. So that is the ultimate lesson here, is to just, what kind of world are we trying to make? Because if you can see that world in your mind, then we can create it. And if we are doing it together, then I really feel like there's nobody that can fucking stop us. We are going to have a better world, whether the cabal likes it or not. They always say that to us. You're going to get this shit whether you like it or not. Well, now we get to reverse the card. Uno reverse, mon frere. We are switching it around. It is finally the right time, and we are going to make these big changes, and we're going to do it together. And I just wanted to say, how much I truly, truly love you guys. And I'm so thankful that we're all here together to do this together, because, there's, in this community, that I feel like there's no competition. There's no animosity, like we aren't trying to, there's no dog eat dog attitude, you know what I mean? Where we're just trying to get one up on each other. And that's kind of what society has been lately. It's like a bucket of crabs. When one crab is about to climb out the bucket, the crabs pull them back down in. But we're changing all of that. We're going to make this world so much of a better place. And just knowing that we're reconnecting with the guides that we have had in other lifetimes, that Siddhartha, no wonder he loves talking to us so much. He's talking to the people that he spoke with almost 3,000 years ago. We're still here. We're still remembering. We're still learning. We're still a bunch of scrappy little kids ready to kick some ass. It makes me feel so blessed that we're having all these wonderful experiences together. And I just wanted to say thank you to everybody, because, we really are going to change the world. We are. I have no doubt whatsoever in my mind. This has only strengthened my resolve and my, I'm getting so emotional. I'm going to cry. I'm ranting. So anyway, it's been over an hour. If you guys have any questions about what you want to talk about, I am going to keep it a little bit short today, because I'm going to take my little man out while the weather is still slightly nice. We're going to go for a little hike today and spend some time out in nature and send some blessings to this to the soul guides. Grant says, during my session with Siddhartha, confirmed we were good friends, and we used to walk in the mountains in the north during the winter in the Ganges, where I met a woman who would become my wife. Siddhartha arranged our marriage, and interestingly enough, she is my wife in this life. Late last year, I was sitting in front of a Buddha statue in northern Thailand. A voice came out of my mouth. It was not me speaking. It said, "Hello, old friend. We meet again. It's been a while." And then I was led to Lara. Wow. Wow, Grant, you're going to make me cry. Wow. That was so beautiful. And see what I mean about validations? These validations. Oh my gosh. So, Geneva, I see your question. Do you have any experience with Tahuti? That energy came in yesterday, and I was just curious. No, I haven't. But it's just one of those things where I think all of these gods are coming together. Which reminds me, I do have one last little morsel for you guys. You saw my comments about Chen, right? My thing. In fact, I'm gonna read this again for those of you who may not have seen my post. Hang on, I gotta go through my messages to Andy really quick. Where are you, Andy? Here we go. I'm gonna scroll up for those of you because Andy was explaining to me that Jesus Christ has joined the Chen spirit team, and I was like, okay, I'm an ass sometimes. My first initial reaction whenever somebody says something about the gods, and I'm like, my radar goes off. But Chen said, we have explained to you that whilst you are building your physical team, we are doing the same in the interdimensional vibration. This means that we can join forces with some very influential names that you will all recognize. These energies are immensely powerful in the discarnate spiritual form and are slowly creating a huge presence in the highest vibration of light. This means we can work with all of you to clear immense levels of negative energy from this planet and forward into the time continuum. We are not stopping with clearing individuals, as now we have more experience from other sources that shall remain unnamed, and these energies come with power. Clearing individual people was the starting point for this project, and we have now moved into a more advanced method of energy clearing in preparation for what is coming to the planet. So, biggest thing in all of that is all of these deities are coming together. And you know what they're calling it? Andy actually, and this is the reason I read that again, is so I could add more context to it. According to Chen, because we were having a chat with Andy during the SRT meetup a couple days ago, and I asked about it, and Andy said they're building what they call the Union, which is basically all of the high vibrational gods, elementals, ascended masters, angels, you name it. According to them, all of them are coming together to dismantle the negative energy earth grid. That's what they said. They're dismantling the negative energy earth grid. So apparently there's like this big grid of negative energy that is on top of, the normal grids that we know about, like with the ley lines and whatnot. And it's basically a place where there's a lot of portals, a lot of low vibe areas, and they're clearing them out. So, yeah, we can go ahead and call in the Union. They need a better name, I guess. The Union. But that's what they're calling it. So I wouldn't call it Galactic Federation opposition. But I do feel like that's what it's meant to be. You know what I mean? Like, they're just done. They're like, no more. No mas. So they're stepping in, and according to Chen, they're getting extremely powerful, and this whole grid is coming together to be shut. I should say this whole group is coming together to shut the grid down, and it's a beautiful thing, to know that we are working our asses off down here, but they're also working their asses off up there too. Like, everybody is just like, no, no more. We're done. We're getting rid of all this horrible negative shit. We're clearing out all the bad stuff. So, they're just going to have to find a new planet. Sorry, this one's getting cleared out. And I agree. I agree with you. Definitely knows that the Union are beyond the galactic. Absolutely. If you ask me who has more power, an ET or an archangel like Michael, come on. Thor is ready to kick some ass, as they say. So I really do feel like this is going to be a huge catalyst. This is why they say, like, you are the center of your own subjective holographic reality, So the most important thing is that you believe this is what's going to happen in your reality, and we manifest it together. We co-manifest it in all of our realities. This is why they have the news going, oh, these horrible things are going to happen, because they want all the muggles to co-create what they're putting in people's heads. So for us to come together and know that we are going to change this world and we're going to release all this pain and suffering and come together and heal and chase away all the baddies that have been feeding off of us for so long, I truly believe we can accomplish that. I have no doubt whatsoever in my mind. And one of the most important things that I'm going to leave you guys with is the fact that he talks about not being afraid of anything. So even if, you think you might be knocking on death's door, you try your best. You say, I have no fear. You convince yourself that everything is going to be all right, and it will be. Everything is supposed to work out as it should. Susan says, hey, Laura, yesterday was the first anniversary of my NDE and what led me to Grandma D and then you. That's beautiful, Susan. Congratulations. Happy anniversary. February 21st is that anniversary for me, and I'm quite excited about it. It'll be 12 years. Riri, don't take it personal. We do get a lot of spammers out here, and you were asking for card readings. So if you don't see the cards out, don't ask for a reading, and nobody will assume you're a spammer. That's why we made that assumption. But I realize you're not a spammer. Otherwise, you would have posted that comment 50 more times rather than just once. So it's okay. Yes, we are fearless, right, Matt? Have no fear. I don't know if you saw, I apologize for going off on a tangent last night during Claire. Tangents are good. I really like tangents, as you may have noticed. Because you got to let shit out. You got to get it out. Many of us are holding on and burying things. And as I learned, we could be holding on to trauma that we don't even remember, that we don't even know about. And that has been, a huge revelation for me, because I'm like, I'm dealing with all the shit I do know about. What about all the stuff that I've buried in my subconscious that I haven't been sorting out? And those things actually may be affecting us more than we realized. And so it's just, it's one of those things where we're just going to have to trust our intuition and go with the flow. And don't give yourself shit, Chantal. Whenever you let it out, that's a good thing. You're supposed to let it out. We need to communicate. We need to express ourselves. And that's the most important thing right now, is not keeping things internally. If there's something bothering you, you say it to the person that it involves. If there's somebody that has offended you in some way, you don't just bottle it up and say, okay, I don't like that person now. You talk to them, you work it out. Because all of this stuff, remember that's what 5D life is all about. We're going to have telepathy. We already do, but it's going to be more obvious that we have telepathy, is the best way I should put it. So anytime that you're burying something and you're not saying it, the people around you, they're going to feel it. They're going to know. And you're going to have to, exactly, Maura, you're reading my mind, you're going to have to set boundaries too, because there's a lot of people who are going to start getting into your mind and trying to manipulate things too, because unfortunately, that's just how life is here on Earth. There's going to be always people who are going to be testing your boundaries and your resolve and your strength and your ability to stay steadfast. So yes, Katie, exactly. Shields up. Give everybody as much love as you possibly can, but also just be aware of your energy and how you feel around other people, and always listen to that energy, because it's trying to tell you something. That is what Siddhartha said to me in the beginning of the talk. Trust that internal radar. My stomach is my radar. Those butterflies that I get, a lot of people think the butterflies are a good thing. They're not. If something makes you feel uncomfortable or nauseous or feel kind of flighty in your stomach, that is something that is actually warning you. That is your radar going off, going woo, woo, woo. So always be responsible for your thoughts too. Yes, Cody, exactly. And just be aware that anytime you think negative about somebody, you are quite literally sending that negative energy to that person. So that's why it's important that instead of, bottling up and being like, well, I'm just going to, not like this person anymore. It's always better that we talk things out and work it out, because you don't want somebody sending you bad energy, and you don't want them, you know what I mean? You don't want to send them bad energy either. So it is something that we all need to start working on better, is just talking more, just communicating and working things out and coming to an understanding. Because that's how we're going to make this planet a better place. That's what the biggest thing this planet is lacking, is the ability to communicate and work together. So that is where we're going to have to live by example and show the muggles how to do it, right? My mantra is now only love comes in, only love goes out. That's beautiful. I love that so much. I have another one that, where is it? Where is it? I had another one that I wrote down. Where is it? Where is my, I wrote it down yesterday. I intend to create nothing negative for anyone or anything, including myself. That is another powerful affirmation that somebody taught me the other day. I intend to create nothing negative for anyone or anything, including myself. So if you feel like there may be some sabotage going on, whether by other people or by yourself, because self-sabotage is a big thing, that is a very good affirmation. That's one of the reasons why I wrote it down. So exactly, Mike, what are we manifesting this morning? And the 4 agreements is a wonderful thing to bring up, Laura. Thank you for that. The 4 agreements is wonderful for helping us go through what we're, our inner turmoil. So yeah, that is a good one. Let's see. Hi, Christina. Christina's on YouTube. Yeah, we're on Facebook, actually. Most of us are on Facebook having a conversation, Christina. If you look up on Facebook, Astral Exploration with Lara Star, you'll see that's where we're having the conversation. There's a lot more comments on the other thread. Speaking of which, I love you guys. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I'm going to do some promoting. I just remembered now we've got the Divinate stuff this weekend. Thank you, Daniela, for sending me that. Oh, and she gave me the link for Siddhartha. Here we go. I'm going to share that for you guys. If you would like your own private reading with Siddhartha, the one that you saw with me today, you can have your own conversation. I'm going to share that link right now. Thank you, Daniela, for sharing that. There we go. Oh, I like that, Catherine. Be impeccable with your word. Don't make assumptions. Don't take anything personally. Always do your best. Yes, love that. Wonderful. Okay, so there's the Siddhartha link. So if you guys would like to book a private conversation with Siddhartha, that would be wonderful, because like I said, that was one of the most powerful conversations I've ever had. Like the insight that came through. Let's see. Okay, so Saturday at noon, there's going to be Shake, Howl, and Laugh in free membership. That is a wonderful thing, you guys, to just kind of shake off any energies that aren't serving you right now. So in 30 minutes or so, actually 40 minutes or give or take, Daniela is going to be on Shake, Howl, and Laugh on Divinate. So on divinate.com, DIVN8.com, you'll see it in our community section. At 1 to 2 p.m. today, there's going to be Quantum Qigong with Christopher and Daniela. That'll be wonderful. So they're going to teach people how to do Qigong. It is a form of Tai Chi, slow movement, where you're basically just kind of bringing all your energies in. I'm not doing it right, probably, but it's what it feels like. You're just kind of bringing in energies to yourself. It's very relaxing, very soothing, very strength building too. It's amazing. I practiced Qigong for a little while I was in Scotland like 10 years ago, and I loved every bit of it. On Sunday, there's going to be another Quantum Qigong. Oh yeah, you guys are knocking it out the park, Daniela. That's at 10 a.m. At 11 a.m., oh, that's beautiful. There's going to be a forgiveness process with Daniela, and she's going to be doing Ho'oponopono. So that will be at 11 a.m. on Sunday, okay? So for those of you who are going through something very painful, Ho'oponopono is one of the best healing techniques, whatever you want to call it, that you can do. So that is something you don't want to miss if you've got some healing requirements. And then at 12 o'clock, there's going to be the sacred energy healing. So, wow, Sunday is all about strength and healing. Wonderful, wonderful. And on Monday, there's going to be Kaya at 9:30 a.m. with the daily activations. Kaya's activations are incredible. I cannot express this to enough, you guys. If you need anything in the mornings, whether it's good vibes, more energy, self-love, any of these things, it will come to you when you're doing these activations. Trust me. Okay. It's just wow. And at 3 p.m., Laura Whitworth will be on Monday talking about entities and emotions and how they're linked. So set an alarm for on Monday at 3 p.m. You don't want to miss that. It's EST for the record. Laura Whitworth is incredible. She's one of my favorite people. She's got her own hypnosis technique that she teaches, and her hypnosis technique includes entity attachment removals. So for those of you who want to do clearings and aftercare all at once, it's incredible. So that will be 3 p.m. on Monday for Laura. So you don't want to miss Laura Whitworth. She's incredible. She's just amazing. So there you go, guys. Lots of good stuff coming up for you over the weekend on Divinate. There's going to be all kinds of wonderful things coming next week too. Like Rachel Chamness and Daniela's friend Lauren is coming, and there's going to be just a wonderful group of people coming next week. So I can't wait to include you all, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I love you all to bits, and I will see you all on Monday at 10 a.m. Have a good one. See you soon.